Hello, welcome to this week's Wild Spirits News. My name is Sibylla and today I'll tell you about the magic of outsourcing. I have said before that we try to do too much. We do all the work that historically the different classes in society were doing. The upper classes, someone might have been a lawyer or a doctor, so they had work outside of the house. The lower classes did all the housework, the truly back-breaking work, as it were, in those days. And we today try to do all of it and at the same time expect of ourselves to look fantastic and be in great physical shape. Is it any wonder that we never find the space to do what we love, to pursue a passion, never mind prioritize it? Now, you could of course argue that today the work is a lot less hard, especially housework. I think of something like laundry. Obviously, just putting it in the washing machine is so much easier. And these modern inventions, of course, free up some time and make it easier. I argue that they're the reason that we can manage at all. But even so, even with those inventions, it's still too much. So your mission today is to learn about the magic of outsourcing. Task number 1 is called Learn Why It Is Too Much. So some people really work around the clock. Like basically every waking minute is filled by some activity, by some being busy and rushing around. And maybe you'll say now, Sibylla, hey, I'm not one of those people. It's not like I never have time. I just don't pursue my passion because I'm lazy or other reasons. But the thing is, it's not just about time, it's also about headspace. If you're switching back between, say, work and housework and different and being a mother and a spouse, these are all different roles. In psychology and in coaching, we talk about roles a lot. So every one of us fulfills different roles in our lives, and that's perfectly normal. It's natural. Nobody ever just has one role, and they are not false either. None of it is playing a role in the sense of it's not ourselves. They're all parts of ourselves. We're just different parts, different facets of ourselves, you could call it. You might be a mother or a father or a spouse or a worker, an employee. Maybe you're an expert at work, and all sorts of different roles that you have in your free time and with friends and elsewhere. Now, the problem is not having the different roles, like I said. The problem is having to switch back and forth so many times on a daily basis, all the time. Because that takes a lot of energy and that it can be very exhausting. And the way we switch back and forth between everything all day, every day, and try to do another task and remember something else and do this and then remind that person of that and be this for that person and be the other thing for another one, that is what takes out of us. And that's why even when we have time, our minds just can't let go. Our minds are exhausted. And so they can't let go enough to focus on something that lights us up. Task number 2 is find your outsourcing sweet spot. Now this is where outsourcing comes in. If you're in dire straits financially, it might actually not be possible for you at this time, but always keep it in mind for later. If you are on any sort of regular income and can pay your bills, it will be possible for you, because outsourcing doesn't have to mean that you get in a cleaner every day of the week. I have a cleaner, for example. I started with a cleaner twice a month, and that was it. And she only did the floors and the bathroom, and that already freed up so much space for me. So you can vary this depending on what you want and how much you can afford. This twice a month cost me 30 euros a month because I have a small place and it takes less than an hour to do this cleaning that she was doing for me. But for me, it was a difference like day and night. So look into it. Again, don't feel guilty for outsourcing if you're not busy 24/7. Look at me. I live in this small place. I have 45 square meters. I'm on my own. I don't have children. I don't have, one would say, how lazy is she to outsource something? But you can call me lazy all day. I do not care. I'm happy to be lazy because I know the value of this. I don't have the headspace to focus on cleaning. I need to focus on my joy, on my passions, and on how to learn how to better help other people and support other people in creating lives of joy and passion and to find their purpose. And my purpose is not aligned with doing housework. Sorry, it's not. It's just not. So I am still doing housework. I still don't have a cleaner once a day, but a lot of it is now gone. Another thing I outsource is the paperwork, like for my business, the taxes. And then again, I don't have employees or anything. It's quite straightforward. I could probably do it myself, but I give this to my accountant. It's done. I don't have to waste any time thinking about it, right? So here are I wrote down a couple of suggestions just to get your imagination going, what you could outsource potentially. So first of all, cleaning, like I said. And again, it varies how much you actually get done, how often you have a cleaner coming in. Laundry is another thing. Or just the ironing. That again depends on what you do. If you, for example, in an office job where you need to wear smart blouses or shirts as a guy with suits, the ironing can take forever. Outsource the ironing. There are people who are specifically ironing shirts for people, and it's really cheap. The paperwork, such as taxes, like I mentioned. Childminding, which is one of the few things that are quite socially accepted, to get a childminder or a babysitter. But think about doing this not just when you go out, but maybe get a childminder on one day a week. Maybe even bring something where you bring the children away, where you have your house to yourself and where you can pursue your passion. Garden work, the gardening. Cooking, if you can afford it. This is if I ever get rich, the first thing I outsource is cooking. I hate cooking. But again, it depends on you, on what you want and what you can and want to achieve, right? So think about it that way and give up that resistance that you have, because you won't know yourself. When you do this, however small it is, you will suddenly feel like you have space to breathe and suddenly you feel like pursuing your passion. It's a wonderful feeling. And I wish that on everyone. That brings me to task number 3, which is as usual, let me know. Leave a comment below the video and tell me, are you outsourcing? Or if not, would you consider it? What are your thoughts on this? I will reply to every comment, I promise. If you would like some more, then you should consider joining the community of Wild Spirits by going to wildspiritscoaching.com and filling in that little form. You get 1 email per week. It's 100% spam free. You'll get extra and additional articles and information, recommendations of books and other resources, and sometimes you get exclusive offers that are only for my subscribers that nobody else ever gets to see. So go to wildspiritscoaching.com and sign up, or you can Google Wild Spirits Coaching. That'll get you to the website as well. Thank you for watching.